Hey guys, welcome to our new Thursday training. We're going to be doing it a little bit differently. I had planned to come in here and start showing you guys different pages and getting pages done and all that jazz. But Rory and I decided since we're going to be doing a lot of changes, I know that we've let a few people know we're going to be doing some changes here coming up. Lots of changes are coming. We're going to wait. We're going to postpone that a few weeks. And Rory asked me to come in here and plug in some different personal development training classes that I am currently working on and doing right now. I'm in the process of, starting a book, writing on my book, getting all that for personal development goals, all that jazz. So you guys get to benefit from all that, I guess. Like you're my eager audience that you don't even know about. But yeah, so we're gonna get going on a little bit of that. So this will be a little bit different. But for the next few weeks, I'm not sure, 3 or 4, probably 4 weeks. We're going to focus on some just personal development training, and then we're going to go back and I'm going to start doing the pages. I have a brand new PBS myself to start on, and I'm going to start doing every single one. I'm going to film them, and hopefully we can use them for a little training course. Because I speak a little bit slower than Rory. I don't know if I do a lot, but I speak a little slower than him usually. So we'll see. Maybe it'll just be helpful to have a second take on it as well, because we all do it differently, right? So I'm going to be the guinea pig for you all and go page by page and help you guys all with that. But for now, you guys get to start I have a little bit of a personal development series that I'm going to be doing with you guys. And today is the number 1 of 4. So let's get into it, shall we? So today I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit about, starting your day, getting prepared for yourself to be ready to rock and roll for the week. This is something pretty near and dear to me. I've spoken a little bit out on some other trainings on Saturdays, but the thing is, it's a habit that was instilled into me very young, and that is that when you rise early, you win the day. You win the day before anybody else even is up. And so it's like, I don't know, it's something I've done since I was very small. It was just something that my father would wake us, and by the time we were 8 years old, we couldn't sleep in anymore. We were expected to wake up and read the Bible with him and do a little personal development with my father. He was a very wise man. I'm very grateful to have him in my life. But so we're going to talk a little bit about the power of early risers. So have you guys ever realized that some people just can get everything done, they can accomplish everything, and they're very successul in everything that they do? And then there's others who like really struggle and have a path of hardship, and it's really harder for them. It really boils down to is just habits, guys, and changing our habits. And we talk a lot about mindset and changing our mindset and our habits and working a new direction. And a lot of us have been really beat down by our lives and beat down by our thought processes really changed as we have, as we've gotten older. We've gone through different hardships and different things have really affected us. And to be honest, it's changed us to be a completely different person than we were to begin with. So, we're going to talk a little bit about this, you guys, because I truthfully believe that rising early is the cornerstone to success, and it really changes your life. I have always been an early riser. As a matter of fact, today I was up at 2. So it's just something that I've always done. I've always been that way. And I don't think I could sleep in if I wanted to anymore, but I've also believed I've just trained my body to be like this now. And so it's just the way it works. But so, you guys, so, what was I going to say? So, the answer lies with daily routines and changing your daily routines to start your day for success. And I truthfully believe this, you guys. So I'm going to tell you guys all some different things that I have learned through over the 50 years of my life. So, number 1 is the power of early rising. So it is, like I said, it's the cornerstone to success. Everyone's heard the phrase, "the early bird catches the worm." Well, this is exactly 100% true. But it's not just about beating the clock, you guys. It's a symbol of discipline and a declaration that your dreams and your goals are worth sacrificing for, right? Sleep is it's not the answer, and it definitely doesn't get things done. And for those of us who are trying to mold our schedule and are trying to fit more things in for this to become full time, that is precious time for you. That's precious time that you can get up and you can work and you can change your life just by that. And you guys, I want you guys to ask yourself the question, what do you guys do in that first hour of awake time for you? What do you guys do? Do you just lay in bed? Do you surf your phone? What do you do? Because that first hour of awake time for me is the most productive I have. By the time most people are out of bed, I have done and way more than most people do in a whole day. because I've had these habits and trainings that I have done over time. So where was I? Okay, so the first hour, yeah. So I want you, by setting a goal to wake up where you can retrain your body so that you can get up early and you can get things going. And if you have a hard time getting up in the morning, if you're one that doesn't get up early in the morning, then choose a goal or a reason or something to do that will help you focus to get up. If it was, like I just said, it for me, it was when I was young, it was a Bible study, and I didn't have a choice. My father, you got out of bed when my father asked, or yeah, that was the way it was in my house. But as I've gotten older, though, it was the time that was precious to me when my children were still asleep, and it was quiet time for me. It was time that I could self-reflect and get things done and kind of set my day up. And then, as I've gotten older, it's just a habit now that I find the quietness in the day. That there's something so peaceful about that morning where there's no sound really, and not even the birds are chirping yet, and it's just a time for me to focus and do what I need to do and focus on what I want to focus on. Um, but also, it's also a time of gratitude. And I really, you guys, this is a mindset thing, 100%, but it's to focus on what you have, not what you lack. And that's what is a very important thing in the morning, is focus on what you have, not what you lack. So when you hear people say, I don't have this, or I don't have this, or I need this, and I want that, it's really their mindset is broken and they're not going to get it because they're always seeing the negative. There's a huge positivity and gratitude and thankful for what you already have. You guys have heard the expression, it's not getting what you want, it's wanting what you have. And so, that was instilled in me very young. Wanting what you have, appreciating what you have, being grateful for everything. Even if it's, hey, I woke up today, Lord, thank you. Anything from there on out. It's really the way that you're focusing your mind as soon as your eyes are open and what you're going to do. The next part is reflection and planning, you guys. Reflection and planning should be the second stage of our morning routine. And that is the bedrock for success as a plan. Because if you don't have a plan, you don't know where you're going, you can't achieve anything, and you don't know your goals. And I've talked many times about goals before in the past because I feel they are so extremely valuable. I think it's something in America that we have missed. We have lacked it. I see it in other countries, and I see, especially when people haven't come from the American dream, which a lot of us have lost that ability to have that, but we just don't have the vision for it anymore. But when you see somebody come in that is an immigrant to the U.S. and you see them be so grateful for this opportunity, they work so hard. We have a student here, Robert. He is amazing, you guys. He works so hard, and I watch him just push himself to be better. I don't even know if he's on this call, but he's one of Rory's instructors, and he is just working it. And I can see the dream in his eyes and the vision, the focus, and it's so empowering, not only for me to see that, but I'm sure for others around him to see that as well. So, when you're in the morning, when you're first waking up and you're starting with your gratitude, or however you want to start, next thing, like I said, should take that moment of calmness before all the activities of the day. Reflect on what you have achieved and where you are headed and what needs to be done today. Okay. You're going to start by reflecting on everything, what you've achieved, what maybe didn't work for you yesterday, but you're going to fix it today, because we really are only a collection of our experiences, right? Our pasts really reflect on what we can do in the future. And by recognizing any mistakes or errors we made before, we can make it better, and we can make a better path going forward. So with that, you can make a strategy, and so you can have a better outcome than what you had planned for the night before. So ask yourself the questions: what worked, what didn't work, and what can I do better today? I always ask that. And you guys, why I'm saying this, I'm saying I do this in prayer. So I'm asking God, I'm asking him to help direct my path. And I really believe a lot in asking the Lord to bless me so I can bless others. That's something that always comes out of me, and asking the Lord to keep me from evil so that I can be risen above that, because you guys, it's out there whether we see it or not. And, God wants us to be successful. He wants us to be happy. And I really believe that. And so, so I'm asking that, and God, what can I do better today? What direction do you want me to go? Please guide me. And then I'm going to work now really hard to achieve that, and to make sure that I'm always open and I'm positive on that reflection. Okay. So, taking stock of your life is not just a routine, it is a daily plan, and taking these small steps move you forward. and not behind. So you're always, have you ever heard that you're moving forward or backwards? You never stay you never stay in one spot. You're never staying consistent. You're either going forward or you're moving backwards. So by taking stock of your life and making sure that you know what it is, it will really help you achieve. And then I like to say this because this is so true, and is that a plan is a bridge between your dreams and your reality. So my favorite, I don't know who said that, but I heard it from very young, and my dad used to say it to me, Tanya, what are your dreams? Because they're going to bridge you from your dreams to your reality. Well, that plan will help bridge you. So by making the plan, it will help bridge you to reach your dreams. And you guys, I've lived my whole life by this, and I've been able to accomplish things that I didn't think I would ever be able to accomplish, just by having a clear, having my thoughts, my gratitude, my prayer, and then directing my thoughts to how can I achieve this. And then also, you guys, I'm going to put in here, by having a plan, you're able to take your goal and break it down into achievable steps, right? So I always backtrack on a goal. I'll have my goal, whatever it is that I want, and I do things by timed. You have to be purposeful in your goals. This is my outcome that I want. How can I achieve that? Okay, I need to break it down. I need to sign up I think it was let me see, I had a note in here I was on a meeting with Costa, and he broke it down. He was breaking down the points. I want to reach 2,500 points. And that means I need to get 500 points a week. That's 100 points a day. If we're only working 5 days a week, that's it just breaks it down into achievable steps. So whatever the goal is that you're reaching for, break it down into daily actionable items. I call those needle movers towards your goal. And that is going to be a priority task for the day. So whatever it is you're trying to achieve, you want to make sure that is your priority of the day. And that will help you bridge to your dreams. It's a bridge to your dreams. I just love that saying. The third thing is your morning exercise, you guys, because I want to talk about this. Every time I give any kind of encouragement, I always say the same things: have gratitude, have some kind of prayer, some kind of gratitude and prayer and connection with your higher power. And then you also need to have some kind of exercises, not only for your body, but for your mind as well. So every morning, I suggest you guys go for a brisk walk, do some stretches, do a short this isn't about weight loss, guys. You can go pump iron if you want to. That's totally fine. But all I'm talking about is getting your blood flowing, getting your mind and your creative juices going. It just sets you up for success. It's also a stage of self-discipline. But if you can do this, it helps. And for some reason, and I don't know all the science behind it, but just doing something like a brisk walk in the morning, it makes you feel good and it changes your mental attitude. And that's such a huge thing for success. It's just changing your mental attitude there. So, like I said, by doing this, it sets a tone for self-discipline and self-care. It awakens your body, it awakens your mind, and it helps kickstart a catalyst for everything. Your focus sharpens, your productivity sharpens, you have a rhythm, you get into a rhythm. It just pushes you towards excellence. And also, you guys, looking back at it, it's a victory. It's a small win at the beginning of the day, which helps set up a pattern of small wins for you, right? It's the winning mantra. It helps push you towards winning on every step and every path that you want to go on. So push past the comfort and grow stronger. You guys know I know several of you guys here have worked out, because we all have at some point in our life. But as you're going, when it's easy and comfortable, you're not growing, you're not stretching. But as you push yourself for more, you get a little sore, maybe you get a little bit out of shape, maybe you get not so happy. But as you do it, you grow. You grow in any way. And so I want to say, this is not just, like I said, it's not just for the body, it's for the mind. What are you reading? What are you listening to? I love to listen to devotions as I'm going for a walk, or a sermon from the previous Sunday, or maybe a Bible study, or I have a Bible study group that I listen to as well. Just something like that to focus me. I also focus on personal development and personal development books and different things like that have helped me shape my mind as well. Striving to constantly learn and grow, and using this time frame to do so will help you tremendously, you guys. Every time you read a book, you learn something different from it. And this is why, because you're growing, and as you grow, you change, you become a different person. And then therefore your experiences, you can relate differently to something than you ever did before. And just imagine how much more you can learn, how much more you can do, how much more you can accomplish. So the next one I wanted to talk about was the art of nourishment. And again, we're going to talk about not only the physical, but the mental and emotional as well. So this is where whatever you're putting into your body, I want you guys to realize in the morning, whatever you're putting into your body is fuel for your engine. This is your engine. This is your body. This is yourself. So you're going to set yourself up for success and not give it a bunch of sugar and a bunch of crap. You're going to feed it healthy food, healthy nutrition so that you can focus and work. I've almost cut sugar completely out of my diet. I'm still going. I have a little bit left to go, but I feel so much better without it and without those like letdowns, those.
Hold tight. Should be right back. What's worse than a sugar crash? An internet crash.
She just did it so everybody could catch up on their note writing.
Yep.
Sorry, I got kicked off there, guys. So I don't know where it was, but I was talking about breakfast. So breakfast is the fuel that powers the machinery for success. So it fuels your body. So next, I want you guys to feed your mind. I talked a little bit about that as well, because I do it when I'm walking. But what are you listening to? I also sometimes like to put on some jazz music or just a little something to make, feed me, energize me. Rory knows he'll walk into the room, I got jazz on. He's like, oh, you're happy. But I'm constantly I love to listen to music. And sometimes I'm singing before I even know it because it makes me feel good. It uplifts me. And so I just really like that. The question, what are you listening to? What is it? Is it nourishing your mind? Is it nourishing your body? Is it making you feel better? Is it helping to focus you on success? Do not turn on the news and listen to something that's going to drag you down. This is not the time for that. Also, most of that's propaganda anyway, so you don't need it in your life. We trust in God. If we trust in God, we shall not have any worry. We shouldn't have, he is our greater power. So we don't need to worry about any of that crap. Staying, especially in the morning, especially as we're focusing on our day and getting going, because we're really, truthfully, guys, getting on this pattern to set up ourselves for a successful, very productive day. And you just have to focus. So make sure you're nourishing your body to the properly, and you're nourishing your mind as well, so that you're just ready to rock and roll and ready to go. So guys, make sure that when you guys are chatting with people in the morning, that you are not, I call it throwing up or vomiting on people, any negativity. That is not the time to do it, nor do they need it, nor do you need it. We're not supposed to be gossiping anyway. Read your Bible, guys, if you don't know this, but read it. It's in there many times, because it hurts three people when you start talking negatively. It hurts the sayer, it hurts the listener, and it hurts the person being spoken about. And what does that speak about your intent? If you say something to somebody else, they're going to wonder what you say about them when they're not around. So just get in the habit of thinking twice, speaking once. You have two ears, right? Think about it and listen first and then speak. Rory talks about that all the time when you're doing your BRT. I say it the same thing for before anything comes out of your mouth. Think about it twice. Make sure that it's something that's appropriate and it's not harming anybody, so that you're not being negative in that way, because you guys, that's just a horrible pattern to get into, and it does not make you feel good. It does not make you productive, and it does not help you out. So making sure that you are not, you're not doing that to anyone here. I know some of the MSIs, they get like thrown up on all the time with all the negativity, and then it does affect their day, and then they have to reset, refocus, recommit. So make sure that you guys are doing it. If there's an issue and it needs to be addressed, absolutely. But make sure you're doing it with the right intent, knowing that you're helping and not hurting. Okay, starting your day each way like this, you'll find peace and contentment, and it transfers throughout all your interactions throughout the day. If it doesn't, you rethink back to the morning, and that kind of helps you reset and focus and go again. And the fifth little area here I want to talk about today is setting your daily goals. You ready? I love me talking about planning and goal setting, because this, to me, when you're setting your goals, it is a commitment to excellence. You're pushing yourself to be better, pushing yourself to achieve more. be pushing yourself to be successful. And hopefully you guys learned these skills when you were younger, but sadly, many people do not know to push themselves for better, not to be content in what you have, but to strive continually to grow and to be better and to enrich your life. It's just the path that you should, all successful people I know do this, guys, every single one. Excuse me. So successful individuals do not leave their day to chance. They have clear and concise, achievable goals. So for instance, I'm going to give you guys an example. You have a project you need to do. They don't say, oh, I'm going to get to that today. They say, I'm going to finish 2/3 of that project. They say a very concise goal. Today, I'm going to sign up. I'm going to sell 3 PBSs, and then you don't stop. You have concise goals. You work towards the goals. Today, I'm going to finish one of my pages on my whatever page. Today, I'm going to finish my tech page on my PBS. Today, I'm going to do my V marketing for 2 hours. You set concise goals and you follow through. So if you want to be successful, that is the number one. And making sure that it is achievable for the day. So make sure whatever it is, like if you've never sold a PBS before, maybe just one. Let's try with one. And then do that for a few days and then do more as you learn and you grow and push yourself for better. That doesn't mean you don't get upset if you don't do it. You're just pushing yourself, right? But make sure you are aligning yourself. Your brain is in the right way to receive it. You're setting yourself up for success. You're doing your V marketing. You're calling people and you're putting yourself out there. So that way, everything's going to align into your path for success. Excuse me. So again, you guys, I've said this many times, but goals are not to-do lists. Okay. I call a to-do list a junk drawer because it just sits there. I take a to-do list and I action item into the day. What time of my day am I going to fit it in? You know, and then I put it into my day. I mean everything, you guys. I work a lot, and I'm sure a lot of you guys do as well. So hours. And we're pretty traditional in our roles where I take care of everything with the home. I cook, I clean, I'll do laundry. All that is me. So I have to make sure that I have every single thing, even from when I do laundry, scheduled into my day. Otherwise, things do not get done. And, you know, if it doesn't get done, if I don't do it, no one else is going to step up for me and do it. So it has to be done. So I literally schedule everything into my day I need to achieve that day. Excuse me. So a to-do list is just a junk drawer. It's good to have a random thought, but as well, but I'll get more into your daily setting. But just make sure that you're putting your list of things that you need to do, and then you're focusing them in a certain time. Let's see. So making sure that you realize that as the most important things for you to do are your action items, your needle movers that are for your goals, because completing your steps of your goals is helping you towards that larger vision, that larger goal, whatever it is that you want. So make sure those are your priorities and those are getting done first. So in the mornings when you're going over all of this, you guys just make sure that you have clarity on what you want and the outcome that you want, because clarity breeds action and action breeds results. I'll say that again. Clarity brings action and action brings results. So if you have the clear path, you know what you want, and you have the action steps, you have clarity on your action plan, then you can act. And by acting, you get results. You get the results you want. So you have to take that time. Again, I'm going to talk a little bit more about schedules in a moment. Let's see. So take control of your day and be active, not reactive, guys. Be active, not reactive. Okay. Don't play defense, play offense for all of those out there. Okay. Make sure you have your plan. You're moving forward with that ball. You know when you're going to catch it, when you're going to run for that touchdown. You know your plan. Because that is the best way to work. If you don't know what's coming, then you have to think quick and work on your feet. And that sometimes you have to do that. But if you have a precise plan and also have plans for how you're going to handle certain situations, you become the best version of yourself. And then as hardships happen and as a hard day happens, you have a plan. And guess what? You can revert back to it, and it helps carry you through that. So just keep in mind that all of this, an action plan, all of this is really, it's guides, it's a beacon for your life, and it just will help you. So just remember to seize the day, enjoy each day. Each day is new. I love that. Today is fresh with no mistakes in it. And that's what today is. Today's a start over day, you guys. We get to reset, refocus, recommit every single morning during this time in the morning before we start our day. And it makes us, it will, if you continue to try move down this and have this become a pattern for you, you will be happier, you will feel better, you will be achieving way more, and it will lead you towards your ultimate goals. And that's the end point here. That's the game point. That's what we want, is to get towards our goals of where we can have our financial freedom. I love that so much, because for me, when I was able to choose what I wanted to do with my life changed. I got to help people, and I got to be more of a servant and help and encourage others. And I got to share more of my spiritual self, which I never got to do that in a financial industry that I worked in. Are you kidding me? I would have been written up for that. So I get to share now, and I don't hold back. I'm a God-fearing woman. I get to share all that and encourage others. And that's very important to me. So these action items, I'm going to say them again, and I have a page of my PBS on this. These are your steps. You're gonna rise early, reflect in planning, morning exercise, art of nutrition, and then setting your daily goals. And then with all that, I call that a blueprint. It's a blueprint for success. You guys love that? Okay, yeah, I'm a blueprint. I love it. Anyway, by making small and consistent changes, you guys, just small changes, makes progress, right? And you become better and better. And these happen, but they'll transform your entire life. And then I just want to talk a little bit more about setting up for your day, because I get this a lot. So the rest of this hour, I'm going to talk a little bit about planning for the day, guys. So very important. Get yourself a planner. Get yourself a planner, because I use Google Calendar. My husband and I use Google Calendar. It's the only way for me to see when I have my slot of time with him. It's also the way I achieve everything anyway. But we share a Google Calendar, so I have that. But I'm a visual learner too. I have to see visually, so I have it written out. So on Sundays, after I've done all my my service and all that, my Bible study, everything I do for God on Sunday, that's why I take my time to set up the rest of my week. Okay, because you should never start your week until you've planned for it. That's when do you start your day? When you've planned it. When do you start your week? When you've planned it, right? So that's when you're going to take your planner out, and you're going to write in all your appointments, everything that you have that's an appointment. You're going to write that down, so you have that set. And then you're going to reflect on your goals. You're going to take your goals and you're going to write them. These are the goals for this week. And if you need to, take the steps, you guys. You have your year goals. You should have more than that, but you have a year goal at least, right? You should have a year, 10-year, 5-year, 10-year. I have 20-year goals, but you should, however long you want. I can see into the future. I know what's going to happen. I got a plan for it, and I'm going to make it happen. But anyway, set up for so have your goals, break them down into your monthlies and then into your weekly action items. So you know what you're working on, what you're focusing on that week. Okay. And then you're going to action item those out throughout the day. What I like to do with my schedule is on the top of I have an hourly plan that I write on. On the top of it, I have my 3 important things of the day, the things I want to get done. The first one is something I absolutely have to get done before I go to sleep. And the second and the third one, I try as much as I can. If I can't, sometimes you just can't always get everything done, but there's something that if I don't, they'll move to the top of the list tomorrow, right? They're my things that I'm going to do. So then when I'm planning it out, you guys, then I go into action. But I'm going to speak to all those of you who cook and clean your house. You ready? I want to talk to all of you guys. I have a meal plan. I have it planned out well. I have a plan for every night of the week, and then I'm making sure I have a plan I have lunch and dinner, everything planned out. So then in the morning, in my quiet time, I'm gonna get some of that set up as well. But so I'm gonna plan all of that. Then I'm going to break down my household chores, anything I have. And I'm explaining this in detail, you guys, because I get so many questions on this. So I apologize if you guys are interested in this part of it, but I break down everything. I break down my house into quadrants. so that I know I do not clean on Sunday. So Sunday is my complete day off. It's my day for God. So I do everything within my 6 days, everything that I can. So I break down my house into the 6 days, sometimes only 5, but I break it down. And then I have one thing a day that I can do that makes it achievable. You understand? So if you have to clean and clean all day, it's overwhelming. You don't have time. Nobody got time for that. Bless you. And then, bless you. It keeps going. I don't know if you guys can hear him. That's like the 5th one there, honey.
I got it out.
God bless you. Okay. So anyway, no one got time for cleaning all day, every day. That's not achievable. But I can clean a room in like 20, 30 minutes, guys, top to bottom, no problem. Wiping down the baseboards on my way out. I got it down. So I have a section every day, or sometimes, like particularly Mondays and Tuesdays are pretty rough because of how late we work. And so, I have it Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Those are my days. I try to schedule that out then. And then I also do the same thing with laundry. Towels one day, sheets one day, darks, lights, all that. So I have it all breaking. So you guys, in between, when I'm getting up to go use the restroom, have a quick break, I can fold a load of clothes, put it away, come back. And it hasn't been, bless you, my goodness. You got something going on over there. So that I can have it all done and be back to work, and I've hardly missed a step. But you guys, I actually plan that step. So just make sure you realize that I'm not taking away from Goya. I'm not taking away from my outbounds. And I'm never scheduling anything like that during prime call time. Never, ever, ever, ever. That's something that you can do in the evenings, in between that, honest with you, is usually in between work, dinner, next calls. But yeah, so everything is scheduled. So in the morning when I get up, I know what I'm doing. I'm referring to my schedule in the morning, that quiet time. I'm looking at my thing for the day. What am I having for dinner? Just to make sure it's ready and set. I'm usually starting a slow cooker meal because, you guys, I just believe in them. They're easy, they're healthy, and you don't have to buy fast food. And I hate fast food. Enough that I can have lunch the next day with it. So I have it all set up. It's timed perfectly. And it just makes it so much easier. By the time we're like ships in the night, guys. I'm getting up at 2, he's going to sleep. So when he's getting up, I'm handing him his coffee and breakfast, and I'm off to work and doing my thing. So it's just, that's how I'm able to do it. It's gotten to be a habit and a pattern. And I've been doing it for so long now. But you guys, just small steps, just try it. But I literally, even my own kids, I've taught them that this is the way to win. And they finally have said, Mom, you're right. I'm like, I know, thank you for understanding that. Because I'm always right, I tell them. But yeah, it's just small steps that happen, and it becomes a pattern. And my day is set up for success. But then I'm looking at my schedule in the mornings, and I can see that any pockets of time that I have opened, and you better believe those are the times I'm going to be filling with my goals. Anything that I have open and to be honest, it's usually not till Thursdays. Thursday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday are packed for me. And I'm talking from 6 a.m. to about 11, 12 at night. So, we got a full day going on. I got things to achieve, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm going to do it. So just making sure you've set it up. And most of the times I'm working towards particular goals and things on Thursdays and Fridays and Saturdays. That's what I'm working towards and focusing on those, because they should never take the place of your morning routine, guys. You should always have that. I promise you guys, if you start living this way and getting up, praising God and thanking Him for your day, doing a little bit of personal development, reading. I believe the Bible for me is part of that. You guys do you, but I'm going to tell you what has worked for me. And they're actually, you guys, I think if Andy's here, he would love to comment on this, I'm sure. I have seen so many studies that show reading the Bible 4 times a day, 4 times a week, has significantly decreases depression. It makes you feel happy. You have more joy in your life. Open the Bible, guys. Read a little bit. Even if it's only a few verses out of it, just try it and see. It's working for me. It's done wonders for me. Every time I'm feeling sad, that's my reset button. Something about it just makes me happy. Well, I know what it is. It's God's word, right? So God is love. So anyway, but doing this in the morning and then reflecting on your successes and or for failures from the day before, because acknowledging your failures is part of being responsible human and realizing that you can move forward. I always tell my kids, once you know and you take accountability for it, then you can have a plan, because knowing is half the battle. I always tell them that. Now you know, and knowing, and they'll always say, is half the battle, Mom, because they know once they acknowledge it, they can move forward. And it's the same thing with us, you guys. Even as we get older, I think a lot of people, as you get older, you think you don't need to do those things anymore. You do. You still need to look and see what you've done, what you didn't do quite right, and you can do better. And it's really a reflection of working towards yourself and being better and better and better. So I kind of went off on a tangent. So again, it's rising early, reflections and planning, morning exercise, art of nutrition, taking care of your body, and setting up your day for success. So just really small steps, you guys, and you can get it all done. But make sure you guys know in your day, what are the priorities? And I'm going to tell you right now, the priority for as far as work goes, because we're not, we're going to take everything else out of it when we're talking about our work day. The priority is any action item that gets you money. That's it. So if you have an appointment, a BRT, a session 1, session 2, that's your priority. Next is doing those actions to get that done. To get it. So what is that? That's your V marketing, that's your outbounds, that's your Goya, that's anything like that. Those are your next priorities. And if you guys are living this way and you're doing these steps, you will find success. Prioritizing your life. And you guys, that doesn't count getting ready to get ready, right? That doesn't count. I'm going to turn on my computer. It takes 30 minutes to warm up because it's old like me. It has a few creakies in it. That doesn't count. That's part of setup time. That's not working time. Achieve. So doing these things, I promise you, you will see change. And when you feel better, you want to change more because you enjoy the way you feel. And that's why, going back to our nutrition, you guys, really take a look at what you're buying. Don't buy the junk. Don't buy it, because if you don't buy it, you can't eat it, and you feel better. Eliminate anything bad, the sugar, flour, lots of the seed oils. They're terrible for you, and you feel in your life. But you guys, research yourself. I'm not a doctor, but I just know what's worked for me. I feel better. I have more energy. I have more focused energy, which is very, very much needed, especially when you have such little sleep. Like I don't get a lot of sleep. So especially that, I need to have the energy. I'm still going strong, guys. And so I'm still going strong. So, and that's all because of what I'm putting into my body and what I'm using with my body. And it's a lot of the man upstairs. So anyway, guys, thanks for being here. Hope this helped somebody. I felt really inspired to start on this. So I hope it helps somebody here. Again, we're going to go down this personal development path for the next few weeks, and then we will go on to our PBS. Now I took notes. But I would like to, is Andy Perryman here? Let me see, Andy, are you here? You are. I'm going to co-host you, because I would like to see if you would like to share any words of wisdom before we end the call. Anything you'd like to add to that, Mr. Andy?
Yeah, I was trying to pull up a sermon that spoke specifically about what reading the Bible.
Oh, yeah.
At least 4 times a day can do for you. But you caught me before I found it.
No, you're fine. I ran into a study about it that said people are so much happier when they have that. It's just amazing. And like I said, putting that into practical use, it absolutely is true. It's 100% true. But
yeah, if I can find it real quick, I'll share that, because it's amazing what the Bible study can do for you.
Yeah. That's why I believe in it so much. Really, I do. And it's, I read it cover to cover every year. And I was telling Rory, I'm almost into numbers now, and I start from the beginning and go to the end. And it's just, I'm reading about all this stuff that I've read it so many times. You'd think I wouldn't have no surprises, but I'm like, wow, I just see a different light on that, or a different direction on something. And every problem that I have ever had an issue with, I have found an answer in there every single time.
Yeah.
So it's just amazing.
Yeah, I'm on Numbers now too. I read through the Bible every year. And number 14 this morning, we read about when Israel sent spies to the promised land.
Mhm.
And of the 12 spies, only 2 of them had something positive to say in accordance with God's word. And it reminded me, or it really made me feel like America basically has gone down that road. We have quit following God, listening to God. And so we're not experiencing the promised land.
Yeah, that's very, very true. Very, very.
Well, I'll have to find that sermon, and I have some sermons on my website.
Okay.
So I'll find that sermon, but it's really good what it was a study that was done.
Yeah.
Talks about if you read the Bible once a week, it makes this difference. If you read it twice a week, it makes this difference. And I can't remember which sermon I put it in, so I'll have to find it. And I'll
Find it. Okay. Well, he'll share it with me, you guys. We'll make sure we get it out to everybody. But yeah, it's you guys, just I'm challenging you to do that because it just makes a huge difference. And if anyone's looking for a way, like I said, I get asked this a lot. How do you reset, refocus, recommit? I mean, honestly, you have to find what works for you, but that is what works for me. Always being in God's word helps me all the time. It just changes my focus. It changes my direction. And I have an attitude of gratitude. And that really changes all things. So it's when as soon as he finds out, you guys, we will share it out with all of you guys. I'll make sure we share it to the MSI so that they can share it out to all of their teams. But we'll thank you guys for being here. Hopefully you guys learned a few things. You guys took a little bit, and then I touched somebody. We'll do weeks. So if you are liking this path, feel free to join me. So we'll see you guys. Good night, guys. We'll see you not tomorrow. I won't see you tomorrow. I'll see you on Saturday.